All right, so I'm doing my YouTube video on this, well, we call this a discovery session that went full blown. So we pulled the cylinders, and this is a 2011 beautiful Street Glide that the owner, you did that work or it came that way? I mean, this is beautiful work there, yeah. Custom work. And then original problem is we had a backfire on the through the intake, pretty consistent on the front cylinder. Investigated that. I recommended, we have 30,000 miles on this bike.
Yeah, 30 and a half.
So new lifters and rods and push rods. And then when we get into Discovery, we found quite a bit of corrosion buildup on the intake and the heads, where it required the heads to be pulled. So the owners helped out, pretty apt on mechanics. So we had a combined session of work, and we're able to get all that done. We have all the Ziploc bags. I can show all the parts.
Yeah,
we have
Ziplocs.
what do we got here? So we're able to spin the pistons clean, check the rings. We got the covers off here. We're getting a new gasket kit. We got the old push rod covers here. We had the, why don't you come over here and explain what you did with this condition of the OEM slap of this rocker arm that Harleys have, and an aftermarket guy invented. Go ahead.
Yeah, rocker lockers is this guy invented a little filler, which is a brass ring that goes inside. Where that nut goes down, you get a lot of vibration out of that, and there's a gap. It's not tight, so they got these little brass inserts that you would put in. You can kind of see.
Yeah. Okay. And
takes up that slack. So now when that bolt is in there, there is no play in there. So what you end up getting a lot of times when that engine gets hot, that slapping that you hear, that knocking a lot of time, is going to be that bolt that they're saying, that rattling. And this guy, rocker lockers.
Rocker lockers. So basically what's happening is this gentleman invented this gold shim that thickened up the area, and that shim is butted up against the shaft here. The shaft has a notch in it, and it's a flat notch, but when you just put the bolt in without that shim, then there's a play. There's a back, I guess a cam slap back play, right?
Mm-hmm.
As it's
Correct.
rotating, and then and like you said, it wiggles.
It wiggles and gets the vibration out of that.
This wiggles back and forth like this on some flat back.
Right.
And then that's the ticking or clanking that you hear.
Tick, 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 tick. Yeah, it's coming because of that threaded bolt right there.
Yeah.
So now they've got that brass spacer that you fill in there, and that makes everything tight.
Yeah.
Quiets it down quite a bit.
Yeah. And what's the name of the company?
Rocker Lockers.
Rockerlocker.biz.
That's it.
Right? Yeah, I read their website. They got something going on there. It's good. Yeah, and this is pretty much across the board on some of their most Harley bikes are coming into this problem.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. So what was the process to put this in?
The process is rather easy, actually. You get that shaft, since it has that notch for the bolt, you make sure that shaft is going to go through, and then you're going to insert. It has a tapered brass insert, so when you send it through, you take the nut that goes down through, or the nut itself, feed it through, tighten it back up, set that brass fitting in there, and you should be set.
So basically it's a tube that went, this gold piece is like a tube, and it's tapered at one end as the entry. You set it in by hand, then you send the bolt through with the nut, and you use that to compress, to force the shim to press into the housing.
Correct.
Right. And what positions are we putting this in on this one? You put two of them in, right?
Yeah, put position 2, yeah. You'll see 2. You're going to have one here.
Okay.
And you're going to have one right here. You'll see them both in there.
All right. Okay. All right, good. All right, good. All right. Good work. And so how do you like the service so far?
Service has been good. Been knowledgeable, yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. Been knowledgeable. Like getting my hands in there itself, and
yeah, you definitely
see the inner workings.
Yeah, you got to learn your bike, and
right.
you definitely learned your bike today, right? So, okay, so we're doing basically a top end rebuild, and the bike deserves it. Everything else is working good. There is one note that we came across. I don't know if this is OEM, But this, we had to take the pipes off, and this OEM bracket down here had a lip. So you can see the lip down there where I cut it. I cut that lip. Reason being, there is no way to release those two bolts to drop the pipe, and there's no way to get to those two bolts here and here to get this pipe off. So it took a trick to come in, but we cut that. I cut that so I can have clearance to stick the wrench in there, so I can, wrench the bolt off, and put it back on. So this is something, I don't know if that was your pipes OEM or?
No, those are Advanced and High header pipes. With,
okay.
CFR slip-ons, so they are aftermarket.
Okay, well, beautiful bike, 2011 Street Glide, baggered out, air system. You bought the Screaming Eagle, which I always recommend. Harley, they're like what, $35 for a set?
Yeah, about $35 for a set.
Really nice quality work. We're just trying to finish the bike off where it needs it, and it just needed a top-end rebuild. Okay, all right, that's it.